The biggest lottery jackpot in history was $2.04 billion. Here's the check the winner actually cashed. $628 million. Watch where the other $1.4 billion goes before he buys a single thing. And just to get this far, the odds on a single ticket were 1 in 292 million. You're about 19,000 times more likely to be struck by lightning. Not this year, in your whole life. First problem, that $2 billion? Nobody ever gets it. It's an annuity, paid out over 30 years. Take the money now and you get the cash value instead. $997 million. Almost half the jackpot gone, just for wanting it today. Then the tax. They withhold 24% up front, but he owes 37. That's another $369 million, plus a surprise bill for $130 million in the spring. You win in November, the tax bill wins you back by April. One lucky break. California doesn't tax lottery winnings. So the billboard said, $2.04 billion. The bank said, $628.5 million. Same ticket. 30 cents on the advertised dollar. And we haven't spent a penny yet. So let's spend it. Real prices, live. Watch the counter. Start small. A new car. The average one now runs over $50,000. 628 million still to go. The counter doesn't even flinch. A house. Not a mansion. The median American home, $440,000. Still nothing. Okay, go loud. A Koenigsegg hypercar. $3.4 million. A super yacht, the cheap kind. $10 million to start. A private island all your own. $12 million. The watch that once held the auction record, Paul Newman's own Rolex. Almost $18 million for a watch. A bigger boat, since the first one was the cheap kind. $36 million. The most expensive Ferrari ever sold. $70 million for a car you'd be too terrified to drive. A private jet. $80 million base. A Manhattan penthouse, the priciest sale of its year. $82 million. Here's my call, right now. 12 of the most expensive objects on Earth, and it still won't buy you a sports team. Let's see if I'm wrong. A second penthouse, because why buy one? $135 million. 2 apartments. $217 million. And to finish in style, a Picasso. $179 million for a single painting. Look at the counter. 12 of the priciest things on the planet, and the biggest jackpot in history is basically gone. $1.9 million left, about 4 more houses, which means the painting everyone actually pictures, the Da Vinci, $450 million. You can't afford it anymore. Want a team? The cheapest in baseball, basketball, or football is the Miami Marlins at $1.5 billion, more than double your whole jackpot. The cheapest football team costs 8 times the jackpot. The biggest lottery win in history can't buy a single team. Not even the one nobody wants. Here's what 628 million really is. 10,000 years of the average American salary, 250 lifetimes of work, dropped on one person on one Tuesday for a $2 ticket. So the winners live happily ever after, right? You've heard it. 70% of lottery winners go broke. It's everywhere. It's also invented. The group everyone credits says they never found it. The real study followed 35,000 winners. 5.5% went bankrupt within 5 years, not 75. But winning didn't stop the crash for them, it just postponed it. The record holder before California won $314 million. Then came the robberies, the lawsuits, the funerals. He said he wished he'd torn the ticket up. But almost nobody wins anything. Strip out the jackpot, and a $2 ticket is worth about 32 cents. You hand over $2, you get back 32. So most of the time, you lose $1.68 before you even check the numbers. So where does it all go? In 2024, Americans spent over $100 billion on tickets. 67 cents of every dollar comes back as prizes. The rest goes up. For every $2 ticket, the state quietly keeps about 57 cents, guaranteed no matter who wins. And the people buying the most? Households making under $30,000 a year spend about 4 times more on tickets than households making over $75,000. That's the real jackpot, not the one on the billboard, the one the house cashes every single day, whether anybody wins or not. You were never betting against bad luck. You were betting against arithmetic. And the arithmetic already won.